Hi, everybody. Jim Mazziotti here. And I'm glad you're watching this playback of our class today on maximizing outbound referral business. I believe that this class and the method that I'm going to suggest to you is the single most important thing that you can do for your business today to set yourself up for success when referring clients out. And what I can tell you is I've been doing this type of outbound referral for the last 15 years. And most agents, I would say 99% of agents, don't follow this technique. See it, Todd? Don't use this technique. And that's good for you because this is a way for you to connect with referral partners in a professional manner, to demonstrate to your clients that you have, without a doubt, their best interest in mind and that you actually close transactions. So I'm going to try to share my screen if I'm able to do that. And let me see if I'm able to bring it in. I'm going to hit stop share. Just give me a second. This is going to take me a while because I have to go grab this from another place. Where do I grab this from? Let me stop that. Let me do this. Just give me 1 second because I got to go to Google. See if I'm able to do that. All right. Hopefully, you're going to be able to see my screen. So let me hit you are sharing screen. Stop share and share. Okay, so it appears to me you're able to see my screen right now where I'm going to talk to you about referrals. And so let me just go to this and hit on, let me move a couple of things to the slideshow. And let's take a look at this screen. This is how most agents look for referral partners. Let's say you have a buyer moving to Buffalo, New York, as you can see on this. This is what most agents do. They go to Facebook and they'll make a general post on Facebook that says, looking for a buyer's agent in Buffalo, New York. Spanish speaking will be a plus. And then from that, what they're hoping is that someone in Buffalo, New York, or that region will reach out to them to take this client off their hands and work it. Here's another one. Looking for an agent that serves Three Oaks, New Buffalo, Michigan area. Okay, here's another one. Hello, looking for a great agent who services Oakland, New Jersey, which is Southeast New Jersey in Camden County. I'm looking for 2 to 3 names to pass along. Please leave a note below if you know anyone or if you service this area. So this is how some agents are trying to make professional connections by putting a post on Facebook. Does that seem professional to you? Is it a way to reach people? Absolutely. That's what Facebook is about, is to reaching people, talking to people. Is it about professional services? No, if anything is, LinkedIn might be, but it certainly isn't this. And let's look at one more. Here's one from Tanya Mitchell. Hello, looking for an agent in Jacksonville, Florida for a referral. Anyone? So this agent is just reaching out, trying to find anybody who will raise their hand and say, hey, I'll take that client. Here's the last one I'm going to show you. In search of a realtor to purchase in Collin County. And then there's some names. Well, use Todd Ingalls. Hey, here's Katie Dell Jones, Hunter Boner, whatever his name is. There's several. Let me just say that I don't believe this is the best way for you to conduct your business in maximizing outbound referrals. So let me see if I can bring up my next screen. So let me give it a try. See if I'm lucky enough to do it. Share screen. I'm going to try to bring it up and see if it comes up. I'm going to hit stop share, and I'm going to share it again. Share screen. All right, there it is. So here is what I suggest you do, that you consider doing for outbound referrals. Now, once again, outbound referrals are buyers who say to you, hey, Bob, I am moving to New York, and I'm going to be looking to purchase property. Do you know a realtor I can depend on that I could use? That's a referral for a buyer. There are referrals where a client might say to you, hey, Bob, I'm looking to sell my home in New York. And of course, I've lived in Texas for the last 3 years, but I really don't know any realtors. Can you help me? That would be a referral on a listing. So there's listings and there's buyers. So here's what I suggest you do. When someone indicates to you that they have a buyer and or seller that they need help with a referral. Now, if you're doing your business correctly, you should be in front of this before your client asks you for help. If you're working with a buyer client, one thing that you need to know when you're meeting with them, getting their background information, is if they own a home somewhere else. Even in Texas, it could be in somewhere in southern Texas. It could be anywhere in Texas. And they want to buy a home here, but they need to sell their home that's in whatever Texas. But they don't know any realtors. You can help them with that. So when you question them about buying a home, you're going to, of course, try to find out. You have to for the financial part of it, if they own something else. If they're looking to buy a house, sell a house, that's what you would do. You could help them sell the house there. If they're looking to buy a house and they're moving to southern Texas, you can help by referring them to an agent that can help them buy. Okay, two separate things. People that are buying, people that are selling. If you're working with them, you're going to hopefully interview them to find out what their needs are. So here are the general rules. For outbound referrals, you always want to consider exit first. Exit agents first. Now, I'm well aware, as you are, that we don't have exit agents in every community across the United States. As a matter of fact, there's a couple states where there's very few exit offices. We have, I think, 600 offices throughout North America, 20,000 agents. So we have a lot of coverage, but we don't cover it all. But when you are looking to help a client, think of exit first. Now, here's what I would tell you to do, the process of doing it. And hopefully you'll be able to see it over my screensaver. I'm on my phone right now, and I'm going to put this close enough to hope. Does it show? No, it doesn't. See if I do it. There we go. If I do it far enough, you can see my phone. Okay, on my phone, I have the Exit app. I'm going to, it's right. Let me see if I can pick it up. My Exit app is right there. If you don't have the Exit app loaded to your phone, do it. I'm going to hit it. And when I hit the Exit app, it's taking me to the place I need to be to find out where agents are. So I did a search earlier for Houston. And when I put in Houston, it pulled up 2 offices that Exit has in Houston. Here's what you do. You do this for exit offices and for non-exit offices, but let's just talk about exit first. You locate them right here on your phone and in the Exit app. If you go to the Exit app, let me just see if I can back out of this a little ways. If you look at it, this is what the app will look like once you click on it. If you go to resources, go down to resources, which I'm going to do right now, resources, and I'm going to hit office search. Office search. I'm hitting office search, and there I go. There are the 2 offices in Houston, in the Houston area. Okay, got that? When you go there, you'll have the website for those offices. And here's what you do. You pull up the website and you look for all the agents in that company. So you'll have the ability to look at their bios, to learn a little bit about them and whatever else they have. You'll be able to look at their picture to see if they fit that your client, maybe in age, maybe in look. So you'll look at that and you'll read the bio. And when you read the bio, here's what you do. You pick out those things that you think make them right for your client. So let me give you an example. I worked with a client years ago in Colorado. The client was in Bend, Oregon. He came from Colorado to buy a home in Bend, Oregon. We were looking at homes, and I said to him, and this is when you say it, so tell me, do you have a home in Colorado that you're going to need to sell before you move? He goes, well, I don't need to sell it, but I do have one. I guess if I leave Colorado, I'm not going to be able to care for it. So yeah, I guess I'm going to need to sell it. I said, well, do you have an agent that you've worked with? He said, no, I really haven't had an agent. I don't know who I would use. And I said to him, well, I can help you with that. Let me help find the very best agent that is going to give you the very best representation so you can get that home sold in a timely manner for the highest amount. And he said, you can do that. I said, absolutely. And so my next step was searching for exit offices in that area, and there were none. So I did a Google search. Now on this one, I knew the address of the property that he had in Colorado that he wanted to sell. So in Google, I went to Maps and I typed in the address with real estate offices near 123 Apple Street. Hit search, and voila, on Maps, what appeared were real estate offices in the area of where this home was. As a matter of fact, Maps showed the house, and then they showed the real estate offices around the house. So my first step was to look at the companies. Now, there's a lot of different ways you can weigh the strength, the professionalism of a company. One way is to go with a major franchise brand. That's one way, but it isn't always right. So I'm open to searching 3 or 4 different offices, look inside the office in the bios of other agents, to look at the bios of the office and to weigh them for my client. Okay, so in this case, I went to the offices nearby 123 Apple Street. I clicked on one office. I pulled up all the bios. I went through the bios, and as they had their description, I have a lot of experience. I don't have any experience. I sell luxury homes. I sell condominiums. I do this. I do that. I tried to find one that was as close to what I needed to be able to provide my client the very best representation. Here's what I want you to remember. Whomever you choose is a direct partner with you in your business. They will be seen as you. You need to make sure that whomever you choose mirrors the kind of professionalism and service you're providing your client. You don't want some whack job that you found on Facebook. Here's what you do. You pick out 2 or 3. You can pick one company. You can go to 3. I went to 3. I found 3, and I called them. And when I called them, I used this script. I said, good morning. My name is Jim Mazziotti with EXIT Realty in Bend, Oregon. The reason for my call, whatever their name is, the reason for my call, Martha, is to inquire about your interest and experience in handling referral business. Do you handle buyer referrals? If they say yes, I say great. If they say no, I'll say, well, thank you very much. I hope you have a great day. Next, I say, first of all, I didn't just stumble upon your name from a database provided by your MLS or arbitrarily. I have chosen to contact you by first performing a search for competent agents in your specific area. I kind of did that by looking at their office, by looking at their bio. That would probably say how many sales they have and if they're full-time or part-time, their experience, all that kind of stuff. The location of your brokerage, your company's reputation, and your professional stature, using data searching and learning about you on your company profile or bio. I take great care when referring my clients to another agent, knowing that agent is an extension of me. That's what I wanted to say. That agent is an extension of you. My reputation, the way I do business, and of course, my clients' 100% satisfaction. Might you have just a few minutes for me to interview you for the job? And if they say yes, here's some of the questions I ask. How long have you been in the business? How long have you been at your current brokerage? I want to know, their stayability, how long they've been there. And also, in my one question I have at number 11, do you have any intention of leaving your present office? Because I want them to be solid as they can be. I don't want them working with my client, switching around to different offices. I want them to have a firm foundation, be happy where they're at, have the connection with the broker for whom the referral goes to, so I get paid at the end, so the whole transaction can be followed. Do you work as a buyer's agent or a seller's agent? What designations do you hold? Are you a full-time agent? Do you work nights and weekends to serve your clients? You may know. When you interview your client that is moving to New York, you may know when you talk to them, you're going to ask them questions like this for them. So tell me, when you get to New York, what do you see as far as time that you're going to have to look at homes? They might say, well, I'm only going to be able to look weekends because I'm starting a new job. Well, that's important for you to know, so you can ask the person, do you work nights and weekends to serve your clients? Do you understand what I'm saying? The interview, you must have two interviews. The interview with your client whom you are referring, to find out, where are they going? When are they getting there? What are they looking for? What are their needs? How many kids do they have? Are they upsizing? Are they downsizing? Trying to find out everything you can about them. What sales statistics are you open to share with me? How do you stay in touch with your clients? Do you use a CRM system? Are you open to fulfilling a weekly progress report to me? That is important. So hear me. This is important. Do not refer your client who's trusting you to someone that you're going to lose touch with. You need to make sure that they are going to be accountable to you, and you are going to make sure they are accountable to you. So that's why at 10, I ask, are you open to fulfilling a weekly progress report to me? I want to know if Bob and Joe have looked at 4 houses this week and they couldn't qualify because they couldn't get a loan. I might be able to step in to get them some help. I believe there's things I can do that other agents can't do, just because I have confidence in connections that I have, and I have confidence in me, and I know you have confidence in you. So if I send somebody out to New York and they tell me I can't get them financing, guess who's going to be on the horn? I'm going to be on the horn to that client and say, listen, I understand you're having some issues with financing out in New York. I'm going to step in and see if I can find some resources to get you funded so you can get a home. And I'm going to go to work on that today. And I do. So know that referring doesn't mean saying goodbye, see you later, you're out of here, and I'm going to get a paycheck. It means that you fulfilling the needs of your client, whether they're selling something somewhere or buying something somewhere. Here's some additional questions I would ask. If they're listing a home, so in this particular case, with this person that I was working with that had a home in Colorado, I wanted to know if the agent would provide me with the market analysis of the home. I wanted to know their marketing plan. I wanted to know if they're going to do open houses. You see, I want the best result for my client in their home sale in Colorado, because that sale is going to be dependent. The house they buy is going to be dependent on the home sale in Colorado for that they're buying in Bend. Do you understand? Hopefully I'm making this clear enough that you understand it. So here's what I did. I called 3. The first one I called, I got to this, and they said, you know what? We're too busy. We don't know you, and yeah, we're not interested. Bye. Guess what? If I would have just arbitrarily sent them to that person, what kind of service would they have gotten? If I would have taken somebody's name off Facebook and just arbitrarily sent it to them, what would have happened? So this person hung up. Second person was okay, but not perfect. Now, the way I did it, maybe having a little fun, in my business, I called an Italian guy. I'm a little bit Italian. So I found a guy, Tony Finaro. Tony Finaro was a realtor in Colorado, and I called him. And I said, hey, Tony, my name is Jim Mazziotti, and I'm calling from Bend, Oregon. We immediately connected. He said, hey, paisano, an Italian term for brother or friend, paisano. And I knew at that moment that at least we would be able to have some kind of connection. I said, Tony, I've got a client that's moving to Pueblo, Colorado, and they have a home there that they need to sell. I see that your office is in the area of the home that they own, and I'm wondering if you do referrals. I didn't even use a script. I just had a conversation with them because we were already Kumbas, we were already paisanos. And so I just had a conversation with Tony. Could have gone the other way too. And he said, well, yeah, of course I'll help you. And he said, listen, he said, can you tell me where that house is? Now, I want you to listen to me. Do not give out your client's information without having a firm connection and a referral agreement. Okay, don't do it, because there will be realtors that will steal your client from you, that if you provided them the number of your client, they would call them directly, try to bypass you. So be careful, be professional, be smart. I said, well, yeah, I said, Tony, yeah, they actually live on blank street. And he said, Jim, that's my area. Now, anybody could have said that, right? But then he said, I actually sold a home there last week, closed on it. He said, listen, I'm not going to steal them. What's the address? And I said, it's 1123. He said, I just sold 1113, the house next door, last week and closed on it. This is my area. I know the area. Yeah, I can provide you with anything you need. And so as we carried on the conversation, I said, listen, to make sure that we connect professionally, could you send me your marketing plan? Listen, every agent should have a marketing plan that they can stick in the mail and send to another agent. My God, you should have one for your clients, right? If you're going to do a listing presentation, you've got to have a marketing plan, right? So I wanted to see the marketing plan. I wanted to know if Tony worked weekends, because if that's what it took, I wanted the right agent who's going to work diligently for my client. I asked him if he canvassed the neighborhood. Are you on social media? He wasn't on social media, but he was the power agent in that area. And anything that was sold in that area went through him. I asked him, how do you advertise listings? I went through the questions. And then I sent him a referral agreement for us to work together. So this is what I'm recommending that you do. If you do, you'll be one of 100 agents that actually contact real estate agents, interview real estate agents, try to find the very best agent for their clients. You'll be one of few. And this is something to hang your hat on. Wouldn't it be great to be able to tell your client who is selling their home and moving to New York is I've got the perfect way to help you in finding the right home in New York. Have you worked with anybody in New York? No, we haven't. Let me show you what I do to make sure I find the extension of me in the agent I find for you. And I tell them my process. I interview them. It's not 100% match every time, but I will interview agents until I find the agent that I believe is going to best serve you. Does that sound like the kind of service you would expect from me? What do you think they're going to say? Of course, they're going to say yes. So you have a choice. Put it out on Facebook, ask a friend, or be a professional. Always ask exit offices first. Reach out to area offices near the place where they want to live. If they don't have a particular area of town, at least have whatever you can get, the city, the name of the neighborhood. You know, for instance, in DFW, you would want to know that it's in McKinney, that it's not in Dallas or Fort Worth or South Lake, wherever. Okay, so try to find an area as close as you can to where your clients want to move. And of course, they can describe the kind of home and neighborhood they want. So when you have this interview, say, listen, my client is looking to live in an area where there is a 55 plus neighborhood with amenities for seniors. Do you work those kind of things? And do you work some areas where those are available? If they say, yeah, gosh, I've never heard of one, probably not, right? Probably not. So here is the guideline. It's so simple, but it's so professional. I don't know anybody that teaches this. I've never been in a class where anybody has taught this. I was just in a class yesterday where there was a company called Lab Coat Agents. Lab Coat Agents. I would suggest you go there. Great site. But they have an extension of their company, which they will do this for you. You can call them, you can register somebody, and they will find an agent for you wherever you need, an agent to be. And the agents that they have are supposed to be 5-star agents, all that stuff. Listen, I want an extension of me. I want to talk to the person. And most of all, I want to get paid. I want to get paid. So when I talk to this person, I make sure I'm going to get paid. And here's how I do it. I'm going to see if I can bring up my next screen without. I hope that's up. Hopefully it's up. I can't tell. It doesn't show on my screen. But what I have in front of me is the referral form that we use at Exit Corporate. If you can't see this, let me know. I'll get it to you. This is the form we use. Here's the things that are important. On this form, there's a sender, you, there's a recipient, them. It asks for fax numbers. I guess Exit's still working in the fax world. The name of the brokerage, the street, so forth and so on. Customer data, you don't need to have every detail. As a matter of fact, I'll include a name, but I won't include an address, a state, or a phone number because I don't want them to call my client and say, hey, I am the guy that Jim picked out for you. Hey, how you doing? I don't want to do that. I want to control everything that I can control. Most important is this part right here that's if you're a sender, signed by Paul, our broker, and is signed by their broker. What this does for you is it gives you the best chance to get paid at the end of a transaction. Listen, things happen. Agents move to different offices. Agents don't stay in touch with you. That's why it's vital you stay in touch with them, because you don't want to call them when you're going through your notes 6 months after the referral and have them be out of the business. Okay. You don't want to try to find them or get a hold of your client and have them say 3 months after the referral, oh yeah, we bought and closed on a property, Jim. You got to stay in touch with them. This isn't about a dump and unload. This is about provide them excellent professional value, stay in touch with them, and follow this through to make sure you get paid. This is a contract that gives you the best assurance that you're going to get paid. But is it possible that you won't get paid in a referral? Yes, it happens all the time. Companies close, agents move, things happen. Title company misses anything that might be on a closing where there is a referral that has to be sent out. You need to be on top of it. And I think this gives you the best chance. Now, I have other notes in the presentation that I handed out today. I'll be happy to give those to you. But what you have today in this recording is solid information. You can watch this again. If you want to see those forms that I show today, I will upload them to our EXIT Realty, our private page. So you'll be able to get those. I'll try to do that later today. And always, if you have any questions, reach out to me. I don't know everything. I know quite a bit, and I have a lot to learn, but I'm willing to help you in any way that I can. So please don't fail to reach out to me. And listen, do this. Make maximizing your outbound referrals part of your business. You're going to be so happy that you did. Thanks for watching today.